Judge Robert Caldwell was a man who had dedicated his life to upholding the law and ensuring justice for all, particularly in the area of disability rights. As a former judge on the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, he had presided over numerous cases involving discrimination against disabled individuals, fighting against systemic biases that sought to marginalize them. His rulings had set precedents, ensuring that businesses, public spaces, and housing developments adhered to accessibility laws. Yet, despite his distinguished career, Caldwell found himself in a position he never expected, becoming the very kind of victim he had spent years defending in court. Caldwell had been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, MS, 5 years before his retirement. His once steady gait had faltered, and his ability to live independently was increasingly challenged by his condition. Yet, his mind remained sharp, and his determination undiminished. When he decided to move to Suncrest Estates, an upscale residential community that advertised itself as accessible and inclusive, he believed he had found a place where he could live comfortably without fear of discrimination. Unfortunately, he was mistaken. Within days of his arrival, he became the target of a relentless campaign of harassment led by the very entity that was supposed to ensure residents' well-being, the Homeowners Association, HoA. Valerie Harmon, the HoA president, prided herself on maintaining what she called the pristine and uniform aesthetic of Suncrest Estates. A former real estate agent with an obsession for appearances, she saw herself as the guardian of property values. To her, anything that deviated from her rigid standards was a threat. Unfortunately, this included people with visible disabilities. Valerie viewed disabled residents as liabilities, believing their presence would drive down home prices and deter potential buyers. She had a history of enforcing arbitrary rules that disproportionately affected disabled homeowners, often using the HOA's bylaws as a weapon to push them out. Her disdain for people with disabilities was well documented among the residents. Over the years, she had been responsible for implementing policies that made life unbearable for those who required accessibility modifications, such as banning wheelchair ramps visible from the street, limiting the number of disability parking spaces, and enforcing strict landscaping requirements that made it difficult for disabled residents to maintain their yards. Valerie justified these actions under the guise of community standards, but her true motivations were far more insidious. When she learned that Caldwell, a man in a wheelchair, had purchased a home in her community, she immediately saw him as a threat. Not only was he disabled, but he was also a former federal judge with expertise in disability law. To Valerie, this meant trouble. She knew that if anyone had the knowledge and the means to challenge her draconian rules, it was him. Determined to force him out before he could cause problems, she launched a preemptive strike. Caldwell's decision to move to Suncrest Estates was a practical one. The community had advertised itself as accessible, boasting wide sidewalks, single-story homes, and proximity to medical facilities. For someone with a progressive condition like MS, these features were crucial. The house he purchased had already been modified for wheelchair accessibility by its previous owner, which made it an ideal choice. His first day in the neighborhood should have been a moment of relief and new beginnings. Instead, it was the start of an ordeal that would test his resilience like never before. Within hours of his arrival, a notice was taped to his door, an HOA violation stating that his wheelchair ramp was not in compliance with community aesthetics. Caldwell, who had spent decades interpreting laws and regulations, knew immediately that this was nonsense. The ramp had been installed by the previous owner with proper permits and was fully compliant with the Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA. Still, he decided to approach the matter diplomatically. He attended the next HOA meeting, hoping to clarify any misunderstandings. However, when he tried to explain the legality of his modifications, Valerie shut him down. "We have rules here, Judge," she said with a smirk. "And rules are rules." It was clear from her tone that she had no intention of treating him fairly. The violation notice was only the beginning. Over the next few weeks, Caldwell found himself inundated with a barrage of HOA fines and complaints. Each day brought a new citation. His mailbox was too large, his lawn was too dry, his security camera was unsightly. Some of these claims were outright fabrications. Others were selectively enforced against him while other homeowners were left unbothered. One morning, he received a notice demanding that he remove the grab bars installed in his bathroom, claiming they were an unauthorized modification. This was absurd, as the HOA had no jurisdiction over interior alterations. Caldwell, ever the legal expert, responded with a letter citing federal and state laws that protected his right to these accessibility features. Yet, rather than backing down, Valerie escalated her efforts. In addition to the fines, Caldwell's water pressure mysteriously dropped to an unusable level, a common tactic used to harass residents into compliance. He began noticing strangers loitering outside his home, sometimes taking photographs. His mail was inexplicably delayed, and packages that contained medical supplies disappeared from his doorstep. These were not coincidences, they were deliberate acts of intimidation. As Caldwell endured these daily attacks, he started talking to other disabled residents in the community. He quickly realized that he was not the first victim of Valerie's campaign of discrimination. Several former homeowners, all of whom had disabilities, shared similar stories. Many had been driven out of their homes after facing years of unjust fines, aggressive rule enforcement, and social ostracization. One elderly woman recounted how the HoA had refused to grant her a permit for a wheelchair ramp, forcing her to sell her home. Another resident, a veteran with a service dog, had been fined repeatedly for excessive noise, despite his dog being a certified medical companion. It became clear to Caldwell that Valerie had a pattern, a system for removing disabled residents from the community. She would start with minor violations, escalate to financial penalties, and then use targeted harassment until they were either forced to sell or gave up the fight. If that failed, she would employ even more aggressive tactics, including spreading false rumors or manipulating utility services. Caldwell knew that what Valerie was doing wasn't just unethical, it was illegal. The Fair Housing Act explicitly prohibited discrimination against individuals with disabilities. Valerie's actions weren't merely HoA overreach, they were civil rights violations. And if there was one thing Caldwell knew how to do, it was fight a legal battle. Determined to take a stand, Caldwell began gathering evidence. He documented every fine, every notice, every suspicious incident. He reached out to former residents who had been forced out and compiled their testimonies. With each piece of evidence, his case against Valerie and the HoA grew stronger. This wasn't just about him anymore. It was about ensuring that no other disabled person would have to endure what he had. Every journey, whether personal or professional, reaches a critical turning point, a moment where a decision must be made that will shape the entire trajectory of one's path. In the context of a compelling narrative, this turning point is where stakes are highest and characters are tested beyond their limits. A turning point often manifests as a moment of revelation, where the protagonist comes face to face with a truth they have either ignored or been unaware of. This moment could be an external event, like an unexpected betrayal, a major failure, or a powerful realization. Alternatively, it can be internal, where self-reflection or a confrontation with one's fears forces a change in perspective. For instance, in a business environment, this could be the moment when an entrepreneur realizes that their current business model is failing, requiring them to pivot dramatically or risk closure. In a personal story, this could be the moment a person discovers they've been living a life dictated by others rather than their own desires, compelling them to reclaim their independence. The turning point is significant because it initiates transformation. Without it, the story remains stagnant, and growth is impossible. This is where tension peaks, emotions run high, and the protagonist must act decisively. Once the turning point is reached, the next step is the battle against resistance. This is the stage where every obstacle, both external and internal, rises to challenge the character's newfound determination. These obstacles could be personal doubts, external opposition, or even unexpected consequences of previous decisions. For example, consider a leader who has decided to overhaul an outdated system in their company. They will likely face opposition from employees who resist change, financial constraints, and even their own doubts about whether the risk is worth it. Similarly, in a personal journey, someone deciding to change their lifestyle, whether through health choices, relationship shifts, or career moves, will face self-doubt, external skepticism, and the temptation to revert to old habits. The adversity stage is crucial because it tests the character's resolve. Without resistance, change would be effortless and thus insignificant. Overcoming these obstacles showcases perseverance, creativity, and resilience, highlighting the depth of character development. The more significant the resistance, the more impactful the ultimate transformation becomes. Rarely does transformation happen in isolation. There is often a catalyst, a person, event, or realization that propels the character forward in their journey. This catalyst could be a mentor who offers guidance, a book that provides a new perspective, or even a failure that sparks the desire for improvement. For instance, in literature and film, mentors play a vital role in shaping protagonists. Consider how Yoda guides Luke Skywalker in Star Wars, or how Mr. Miyagi teaches Daniel in The Karate Kid. These catalysts provide knowledge, wisdom, and sometimes a push when the protagonist wavers. In real life, catalysts can take many forms. A struggling artist might find inspiration in a powerful piece of artwork, reigniting their passion. An entrepreneur might attend a seminar that reshapes their business approach. A person going through a personal crisis might have a conversation that alters their perception of life. Catalysts accelerate the transformation process by providing new tools, perspectives, or motivation. They may not eliminate challenges, but they offer the necessary momentum to push forward, reinforcing the idea that growth is often a collaborative and influenced process rather than a solitary endeavor. Every compelling journey has a climax, a moment where all the struggles, lessons, and conflicts culminate in a defining challenge. This is the pinnacle of the protagonist's journey, where they must face their fears, put their growth to the test, and make the ultimate decision that will shape their future. The climax is often the most intense and emotionally charged moment in a story. It could be a final confrontation with an antagonist, a major business pitch that determines success or failure, or a personal choice that alters the course of a life. For example, in a novel, this could be the final battle where the hero confronts the villain. In an entrepreneur's story, it might be the moment they present their vision to investors after months of setbacks. In a personal journey, it might be the decision to walk away from a toxic relationship or a high-stakes test of character, such as standing up for one's beliefs despite immense pressure. The climax serves as the ultimate test of everything the protagonist has learned. It is the moment of truth that defines whether they will rise to the occasion or falter. This is also where the audience is most emotionally invested, as they witness the result of the protagonist's entire journey unfold. After the climax, the resolution follows, bringing closure to the journey. However, the resolution is not merely about ending the story, it is about setting the stage for what comes next. It signifies the new reality the protagonist steps into, shaped by their experiences and growth. In literature, resolutions provide a satisfying conclusion, whether triumphant or bittersweet. In real life, the resolution may be the beginning of a new chapter, rather than a final ending. For example, a business leader who has successfully transformed their company may now embark on new ventures. A person who has overcome a personal struggle may now embrace a new way of living. A character who has defeated their enemy may now focus on rebuilding what was lost. The resolution reinforces the impact of the journey by showcasing the results of change. It allows reflection on the growth that has occurred and provides an opportunity to look forward to future possibilities. More importantly, it acknowledges that every ending is a new beginning, emphasizing that life's journey is an ongoing process of learning and evolution. These points outline the critical phases of transformation, ensuring that every journey, whether in storytelling, business, or personal growth, is compelling and meaningful. They highlight the struggles, catalysts, and defining moments that make change not only possible but impactful. Innovation is a critical driver of economic growth, fostering increased productivity, efficiency, and the creation of new industries. Over the centuries, technological advancements and innovative practices have transformed economies, shifting from agrarian to industrial and now to digital and knowledge-based economies. The interplay between innovation and economic growth is profound, impacting both macroeconomic and microeconomic levels. At a macroeconomic level, innovation contributes to national GDP growth, enhances global competitiveness, and creates jobs. Countries that invest in research and development, R&D, foster entrepreneurship, and encourage technological adoption tend to experience higher economic growth rates. The United States, for example, has long been a leader in innovation, with Silicon Valley serving as a global hub for technological advancements. At a microeconomic level, businesses that prioritize innovation gain a competitive advantage, enabling them to improve efficiency, reduce costs, and develop new products or services. Companies like Apple, Google, and Tesla have exemplified how innovation leads to sustained growth and market leadership. Government policies play a crucial role in fostering innovation. Investments in education, infrastructure, and R&D incentives are critical in creating an environment conducive to innovation. Moreover, intellectual property rights protection encourages businesses and individuals to invest in new ideas, knowing they will be rewarded for their contributions. Despite its benefits, innovation also presents challenges. Disruptive technologies can lead to job displacement, income inequality, and market monopolization. Balancing innovation with regulatory frameworks and social policies is essential to ensure that economic growth benefits all segments of society. Education is a cornerstone of socio-economic development, influencing economic growth, social mobility, and overall quality of life. A well-educated population is more likely to contribute to a nation's economic progress, engage in informed decision-making, and foster social cohesion. From an economic perspective, education enhances human capital, which is essential for productivity and innovation. Higher levels of education correlate with better job opportunities, higher wages, and reduced unemployment rates. Countries with strong education systems, such as Finland, Singapore, and Canada, consistently rank high in economic performance and social well-being. Education also plays a crucial role in reducing poverty and income inequality. Access to quality education enables individuals from disadvantaged backgrounds to improve their socio-economic status, breaking the cycle of poverty. Programs like scholarships, vocational training, and adult education initiatives are instrumental in providing opportunities for underprivileged communities. Moreover, education promotes social stability and civic engagement. An educated population is more likely to participate in democratic processes, advocate for human rights, and contribute to community development. Education also fosters critical thinking and problem-solving skills, which are essential for addressing complex global challenges such as climate change, healthcare, and technological advancements. However, challenges such as educational disparities, outdated curricula, and inadequate funding continue to hinder progress in many regions. Bridging the gap in educational access and quality requires concerted efforts from governments, private sectors, and international organizations. Investing in teacher training, modernizing learning methodologies, and leveraging technology in education can significantly enhance learning outcomes. Climate change poses a significant threat to global economies, affecting industries, livelihoods, and overall economic stability. The increasing frequency of extreme weather events, rising temperatures, and environmental degradation have led to substantial economic losses and disruptions. One of the most immediate economic impacts of climate change is on agriculture. Changes in temperature and precipitation patterns affect crop yields, leading to food shortages and price volatility. Countries heavily reliant on agriculture, such as those in sub-Saharan Africa and Southeast Asia, are particularly vulnerable to these changes. Farmers face challenges such as soil degradation, water scarcity, and increased pest infestations, which threaten food security and rural economies. The energy sector is also undergoing a transformation due to climate change. The shift from fossil fuels to renewable energy sources is necessary to reduce carbon emissions, but it also presents economic challenges. While the renewable energy sector creates jobs and fosters innovation, traditional energy industries, such as coal and oil, face job losses and economic decline. Climate change also impacts infrastructure and urban development. Rising sea levels and extreme weather events lead to damage to buildings, roads, and utilities, requiring significant investment in climate-resilient infrastructure. Cities worldwide are investing in sustainable urban planning, green buildings, and efficient public transportation to mitigate climate-related risks. On a global scale, climate change affects trade and supply chains. Natural disasters disrupt production and transportation, leading to economic instability. Businesses must adapt by developing resilient supply chains and adopting sustainable practices. Governments, businesses, and international organizations must collaborate to address climate change through policies such as carbon pricing, emission reduction targets, and green investments. The transition to a sustainable economy requires innovation, adaptation, and long-term planning to balance economic growth with environmental sustainability. Artificial intelligence, AI, is revolutionizing industries by enhancing efficiency, improving decision-making, and creating new economic opportunities. AI technologies, including machine learning, natural language processing, and robotics, are transforming sectors such as healthcare, finance, manufacturing, and retail. In healthcare, AI is improving diagnostics, treatment planning, and patient care. AI-powered algorithms analyze medical images, detect diseases earlier, and recommend personalized treatment plans. Telemedicine and wearable health devices also leverage AI to monitor patients remotely, reducing the burden on healthcare systems. The financial industry benefits from AI through automated trading, fraud detection, and customer service enhancements. AI-driven algorithms analyze vast amounts of data to identify market trends, optimize investment strategies, and detect fraudulent transactions in real time. Chatbots and virtual assistants enhance customer experiences by providing instant support and personalized financial advice. Manufacturing is undergoing a transformation with AI-driven automation and predictive maintenance. Smart factories use AI-powered robots to streamline production, reduce errors, and increase efficiency. Predictive analytics help identify equipment failures before they occur, minimizing downtime and maintenance costs. Retail and e-commerce leverage AI for personalized marketing, inventory management, and customer insights. AI-driven recommendation engines analyze consumer behavior to provide tailored product suggestions, enhancing the shopping experience. AI also optimizes supply chain management, reducing costs and improving delivery efficiency. Ethical decision-making is a crucial aspect of both personal and professional life. Ethics guide individuals and organizations in determining what is right and wrong. Ethical considerations help to establish trust, credibility, and long-term success. Without ethics, decision-making becomes arbitrary, leading to potential harm to individuals, businesses, and society as a whole. One of the most significant frameworks in ethical decision-making is utilitarianism, which suggests that decisions should be made based on the greatest good for the greatest number. This approach emphasizes outcomes and consequences. Another important ethical framework is deontology, which focuses on the inherent morality of actions rather than their outcomes. For example, lying may be considered wrong regardless of its consequences. In the corporate world, ethical decision-making can influence brand reputation and customer loyalty. Companies that engage in ethical business practices tend to attract and retain customers who value corporate responsibility. For instance, a company that prioritizes sustainable sourcing and fair labor practices will likely gain a competitive advantage over those that exploit workers or harm the environment. Cultural awareness also plays a vital role in diplomacy and international relations. Governments and organizations that acknowledge and respect cultural differences can foster positive diplomatic ties and negotiate more effectively. In contrast, cultural insensitivity can lead to conflicts and strained relationships between nations. On a personal level, cultural awareness enhances social interactions and promotes inclusivity. It allows individuals to appreciate diversity and learn from different perspectives. This leads to a more tolerant and harmonious society, where people from various backgrounds can coexist and collaborate successfully. Technology has evolved at an unprecedented pace, transforming every aspect of human life. From the Industrial Revolution to the digital age, technological advancements have reshaped the way we work, communicate, and interact with the world. One of the most significant impacts of technology is in the field of communication. The rise of the Internet and mobile devices has revolutionized how people connect. Social media platforms, instant messaging, and video conferencing have made communication more accessible and instantaneous, bridging geographical barriers and enabling global connectivity. The workplace has also undergone significant changes due to technological advancements. Automation and artificial intelligence, AI, have increased efficiency and productivity, allowing businesses to streamline operations. However, these advancements have also raised concerns about job displacement, as machines and AI take over tasks previously performed by humans. While some jobs may become obsolete, new opportunities are emerging in fields such as data science, cybersecurity, and software development. Healthcare has also benefited immensely from technology. Medical innovations, such as robotic surgery, telemedicine, and wearable health devices, have improved patient care and diagnosis. Technology has enabled early detection of diseases, personalized treatment plans, and remote healthcare services, making medical care more accessible to people in remote areas. Despite its many benefits, technology also presents challenges, including privacy concerns, cyber threats, and digital addiction. The rise of social media has led to issues such as misinformation, cyberbullying, and mental health problems. As technology continues to evolve, society must address these challenges and ensure responsible usage to maximize its benefits while mitigating potential risks. Mental health awareness has gained increasing recognition in recent years, highlighting the importance of emotional and psychological well-being. Mental health is just as crucial as physical health, as it affects every aspect of a person's life, including relationships, work performance, and overall quality of life. One of the key reasons for promoting mental health awareness is to reduce stigma. Many individuals suffering from mental health conditions, such as depression, anxiety, and bipolar disorder, hesitate to seek help due to societal misconceptions and discrimination. By fostering open discussions and education, mental health awareness initiatives aim to break the stigma and encourage individuals to seek support without fear of judgment. Workplace mental health is a growing concern, as job-related stress and burnout have become common issues. Companies that prioritize employee mental well-being by offering counseling services. Mental health awareness is also crucial in educational institutions. Schools and universities play a significant role in identifying and addressing students' mental health needs. Implementing mental health programs, providing access to counselors, and promoting stress management techniques can help students cope with academic pressures and personal challenges. Furthermore, mental health awareness encourages self-care practices, such as mindfulness, meditation, exercise, and maintaining a balanced lifestyle. These practices help individuals manage stress, build resilience, and improve their overall well-being. Prioritizing mental health leads to a happier, healthier, and more productive society. The future of renewable energy and sustainability is a pressing topic as the world grapples with climate change and environmental degradation. Transitioning to renewable energy sources is essential for reducing carbon emissions and achieving a sustainable future. Renewable energy sources, such as solar, wind, hydro, and geothermal, offer a clean and sustainable alternative to fossil fuels. These energy sources are abundant and can be harnessed without depleting natural resources. In recent years, technological advancements have made renewable energy more efficient and cost-effective, leading to increased adoption worldwide. Governments and businesses are investing in renewable energy projects to reduce dependence on non-renewable resources and combat climate change. Countries like Denmark and Germany have set ambitious goals to transition to 100% renewable energy, demonstrating the feasibility of a green energy future. The implementation of policies, such as tax incentives and subsidies for renewable energy, further encourages individuals and companies to adopt sustainable practices. Sustainability extends beyond energy production to various industries, including agriculture, manufacturing, and transportation. Sustainable practices, such as organic farming, waste reduction, and eco-friendly packaging, contribute to environmental conservation. The shift towards electric vehicles, EVs, is another significant step in reducing carbon footprints and promoting sustainable transportation. Public awareness and participation play a crucial role in achieving sustainability goals. Individuals can contribute by adopting energy-efficient appliances, reducing waste, and supporting eco-friendly products. Education and advocacy efforts can further drive the movement towards a more sustainable and environmentally conscious society. In conclusion, renewable energy and sustainability are vital for preserving the planet for future generations. By embracing clean energy solutions and sustainable practices, society can mitigate the effects of climate change and create a healthier, more sustainable world for all.